There are cities that appear on maps, and there are cities that appear in memory, places that were never built, places that were never found, places that should not exist, but they appear in ancient texts, in oral traditions, in the records of civilizations that claim to have visited them. They are the cities that shouldn't exist, and yet they refuse to disappear. This is the fifth file from the Black Ledger, a case file on the places that appear in the record without a foundation. Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. Last time we asked, what if some people appear in history without origins? Tonight we ask, what if some cities appear in the record without foundations? Cities that are mentioned in texts, but never excavated. Cities that are described in detail, but have never been found. Cities that appear in the stories of multiple cultures, but should not have been known to them. This is the episode where we investigate the places that exist in the margins of history and ask whether they were ever real or whether they were placed in the record. There are certain cities that appear in ancient texts, but have never been found. Atlantis is the most famous, described by Plato, a city of great power, great wisdom, and great ambition. It sank beneath the waves in a single day and night. But Plato was not the only one to describe it. Similar stories appear in Egyptian texts, in Indian tradition, in the oral histories of the Americas. El Dorado is another, the city of gold, sought by conquistadors, never found. Shambhala is another, a hidden kingdom in Central Asia, said to be the source of ancient wisdom. Avalon is another, the island where King Arthur was taken to heal, a place that exists outside of time. Each of these cities is different, but they share a common thread. They are described in detail, they are placed in specific locations, and they have never been found. What if they are not myths? What if they are real places that were removed from the map? And what if their removal was intentional? Now let us look at a different kind of city, not a lost city, but a city that appears repeatedly. In ancient Egypt, there is a city called Heliopolis, the city of the sun. It was said to be a center of wisdom. In ancient Mexico, there is a city called Teotihuacan, the city of the gods. It was built to align with the stars. In ancient Sumer, there is a city called Eridu, the first city. It was said to have been built by the gods. In ancient India, there is a city called Dwarka, the city of Krishna. It was said to have sunk beneath the sea. Each of these cities is different, but they share a common thread. They are all described as centers of knowledge, places where wisdom was preserved, places where the gods walked among mortals. What if these cities are not separate? What if they are fragments of a single ancient network? A network of cities that were built by a civilization that predates history. And what if that civilization left behind markers, cities that were built to preserve knowledge and to remind us that we are not the first? Now we turn to the cities that have been found, but that should not exist. Göbekli Tepe is one, a temple complex in Turkey, dated to around 9600 BCE. Built before agriculture, built before cities, built before any known civilization. It was built by hunter-gatherers, people who should not have had the ability to build something so massive. Göbekli Tepe is an anomaly. It does not fit the timeline. It does not fit the story. Çatalhöyük is another, a large settlement in Anatolia, dated to around 7500 BCE. It was a city before cities existed. Derinkuyu is another, an underground city in Turkey, dated to the Byzantine era, but its construction may be older. These cities are not lost. They have been found, but they should not exist. They are evidence of a past that does not fit the official narrative, and they raise an uncomfortable question: what else have we not found? Now we return to the Black Ledger. Imagine opening the ledger. You find a city. It is described in detail. Its location is given. Its purpose is clear. But when you look for it on the map, it is not there. You search the records. You look for archaeological evidence. You find nothing. You look again and you realize the city was not lost. It was removed by accident or by design. What if some cities are not meant to be found? What if they were built to be forgotten? And what if the memory of them survives only in myths that we continue to tell, precisely because they are not meant to be forgotten? Then perhaps every lost city is not a myth, it is a marker of a time before history, a marker of a civilization that preceded us, a marker of knowledge that was hidden. And perhaps every myth about a city that sank, or a city that was hidden, or a city that was built by the gods is an attempt to preserve that marker, so that we would remember, so that we would search, so that we would find. But the question remains, who built them, and why were they removed? The cities that shouldn't exist are the ones that remind us. History is not just a record of what happened, it is also a record of what was erased. And if a city can be erased, what else can be? The Black Ledger will continue. Next time, Episode 6. The calendar that counts something else. We will investigate ancient calendars, astronomical cycles, and the possibility that time is not moving forward, but through entries. The archive is never closed, and somewhere, another city is waiting. Until next time, keep questioning the map.